This is a 6-seater golf cart you have for your stay right here. When you send in the form, you'll be getting this video and a code. That code goes to this lockbox right here, which will have the key in there, and you'll be able to access that as soon as the form's submitted. Having gotten this video means you've already done it, so you've done all the steps needed. But some things about this golf cart, it's electronic. It's plugged in with an extension cord right here that runs through that outlet. It charges this battery pack up under here. This button is the master on off right there. If that's out, the battery's not running. On with the green light is. If the cart's ever not moving or running for some reason, first things I would suggest checking is, of course, making sure the key's in and turned on, that this button is green and pushed in, and then this little switch, toggle switch, is in the run position and not the tow position. And that tow position is a little misleading. That does not mean to ever tow this cart with another vehicle. If it ever breaks down, please call us immediately, and we will help get it all figured out. This tow is if you need to push it off the side of the road into a safe manner. You would put that over into tow, and you can push the cart. It will disengage it. So once you make sure all that's good and cart's going, you'll have your battery meter here. Your key will go in right here, and you turn it about a quarter turn to the on position. You do have a hazard button right here, and when everything's on, there is charging ports and outlet right here. These switches do control the auxiliary options of the golf cart. The screens will light up when the cart is on. You have speed and some other information in addition to the same thing on that screen, and some other data about the cart in there. To operate the cart, once you're ready to go, first is to make sure this is unplugged, but then you will use this button over here for forward, middle is neutral, and then reverse, and it will beep at you when in reverse. And then the parking brake right here, you're pushing the button, pull up and down to disengage it. Just always make sure to use this parking brake when out and about, just to make sure it's properly being held. When using this cart, you must always use seatbelts, just like any other vehicle. It's one person per space seatbelt area. Going back on the cart, please do not ever double stack in them. That is a very quick way to get pulled over. So in regards to the back seat, people can of course sit back here, but if you don't need to use this as seating, you can unfold this and use it for chairs and coolers or anything of that nature back here, but you cannot sit on this. Doesn't matter weight, size, or anything, you just cannot sit here. This must be back like that. It does have a backup camera to help kind of see where you're backing up, and just always be careful of the posts right here and the tree and side berm over here. Please always leave the cart back up here when not being used to keep it covered and out of the elements. I know it's a little crowded with parking everything here, but please do not park your personal vehicles in this area right here or down on the side of the road or even up into the area over there. Please stay on the concrete if possible. With this cart, it's of course all metal for the most part, and salt water and metal do not like each other. And something unique about this area, this 31st Street right here, has some tidal creeks that are fluctuated with tides and also the weather with heavy rains. It's brackish water, so it's a mixture of fresh and salt, and will flood the road down here during certain times. Please, please, please do not drive this cart through those flooded streets because it will badly rust the undercarriage of this, and that is not something you can easily fix. So please always refrain from driving through any flooded zones or areas. And you can still get to the beach, of course. You would just go this way up the road instead, turn right, go down to your next vertical street, and it will take you all the way to the beach. So depending on which one you take, you might have to make another turn and then down. But pretty much all streets up and down will get you to the beach. which has all the beach access points down there. And this has the resident parking pass on it. So during the summer times when there is the parking pass requirement, you can park the golf cart in the resident parking spot or a guest parking spot, but your personal vehicles will need to be added into another pass. And there's signs down there with how to do that, or you can go to the Oak Island town page and they have the link to do that. And there's certain increments of dollar per hour, day, week. So you can always add vehicles to it. If for some reason this cart just somehow went through a puddle of salt water though, when you get back, please wash it. Especially the undercarriage here. There's a hose inside of the outdoor shower right here. You can turn that on and just give it a good few minutes of spraying up under that carriage and everything. And we would like, if you can, that at the end of each day, if you can please just give it a good rinse, because even though you may not go through puddles, it does get covered in just the salt air breeze coming off the ocean. And then at the end of the stay, if you can at least please make sure to do it then too, that'd be great. It's a huge help to keep the longevity of the golf cart going, because of course it's a very new golf cart and we don't want to see it go. So anything you can do with that, big help. But just like any other vehicle though, be smart when driving around, especially if you've been drinking. It is still the same North Carolina law as if you were driving a vehicle with that. Same thing with lights, turn signals. Make sure you're lit up the whole time when driving around at night. Right here's this lever does the lights, low, high, and then signals this way, and horn, but that only works when the cart is on. So you got your mirrors, this electronic windshield wiper. You shouldn't really ever need to use it, because if it's hard enough to use that, you may not want to be out and about. It does have a backup camera back here, which will display on the big screen up there. And one last note, carts can only be driven on 35-mile-an-hour roads or less, which means pretty much from where you turn down this 41st, everything east towards the restaurants, grocery stores, all the fun stuff you can drive to, but you cannot go left and west out of here, as that turns to 45 pretty much right here. And just please refrain from going down there because they will pull you over. It's just mainly a safety thing. Having cars going so much faster than golf carts can be very dangerous, so they limit it to 35. But most streets are 35, so you can get all the beach access points everywhere up and down the island, and then all the fun stuff, like I was saying, is down that direction. But if anything pops up during your stay, please feel free to reach out to us. I know this is not the most fun video to listen to and watch, but we'll be happy to answer any extra questions. Thank you.